Hi everybody and welcome back to Hex Token channel. So I hope you're going to enjoy this one. This is a relatively new site, StakeHex.today. It's a really good site and especially for version 1, it's pretty neat. So StakeHex.today, view stakes and estimate future income generated by Hex. So awesome stuff. Create test stakes and view future possibilities. So it really is a great way to try and plan out how much income you can earn in Hex and by staking. Staking Hex generates income. When you stake Hex, you lock it in for a period of time to create shares. Okay, swap your Hex for shares. These shares allow you to mint Hex as interest. So you mint your own interest. Pretty cool. This interest, it can be used as income when using a staking ladder strategy, meaning you could stake it over 6 monthly periods or annual periods and have them all mature as income that you could spend. So pretty cool. Hex is the first blockchain CD, of course. Hex stakes average about 40%, currently around about 36, 37. High interest, no minimum, and decentralized design. Hex inflates roughly at 3.69%, so pretty cool. 10% of Hex is currently staked, resulting in a high APY. No third party is involved, so pretty cool. Hex removes the middleman, of course. Stakers interact directly with the Hex contract, so very cool. All right, so that's pretty nice. Here is the roadmap for the site. This is a rough overview of what has been completed and planned. Initial launch, test stakes, of course, dark mode, which we're on at the moment, multiple accounts you can add in, and of course, stake modeling. Pulse support, which is coming up, probably December, my guess. Stake management as well, allow for staking and end staking. Very cool. And of course, the stake modeling, model and display effective restaking principles. So pretty cool, including graphs. So really great site. So hats off to the creator for that. And yeah, pretty nice. A few extra stuff down the bottom. Home, roadmap, contact, of course, if you want to contact hex.com. Daily hex stats, some other charts there we look into as well, and a disclaimer, so pretty nice there as well. So if you hit the contact, of course, it will open up a Telegram site, so you can hit that. Bam. All right, so very nice. And all you have to do is either connect your wallet with MetaMask, or if you don't want to do that, of course, to protect your MetaMask access, you can hit put the address in. I've just taken a random address, and we're going to look at that one and see how that goes. All right, so very cool. All right, so there's two tabs here, projected and current. So I'm using projected here, and you can see that there's 62 stakes at the top. This account's rather large. It's 1,190 T-shares. Interest today, they got 2,368. The liquid hex is 325,179 that they've got, and they've got projected hex of 37,472,341, and the projected US dollars is 677,926,586. So looking pretty good on this account for sure. So very cool. Just a random account, of course. Now, where have we seen? We've got some predictions here in the price. They've got a cool chart here. So we've got the current price around 36 cents. They're predicting in this modeling here. I think this curve is actually quite reasonable compared to some price charts you may see. Some people are talking about $1,000,000 and some people are talking about 5 cents again. So I think it's a pretty good balance. $3.44, somewhere in the middle of 2022. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then in the almost the middle of 23, somewhere around $21. Pretty cool. They got flattening out there as well, just being a bit more modest, which is quite cool for projections. Don't want to be too bullish there. Got to be too careful about that. The hex, of course, the hex per expectation is 5.7 here, goes up to 7 and 19. This kind of goes in line with the medium staking period that you're definitely going to do better as it passes the 5.7 year mark because you'll have more T-shares compared to what other people are getting with the share rate going up. So interesting stuff here. So here's a little breakdown of all their stats, their stakes over all the years. Look, they got a pretty good staking ladder. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, etc. It goes on after that. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 33, 34, 35, 36. So these guys have got a fantastic staking ladder. To be honest, it really is a good. This is just a random one I pulled, but it happened to be a very good one. So for 21, they got 178 T-shares. So 178. So that would make them, if they only had this one stake, that would make them a squid on StakeRat. And of course, they've got one for every year though, so that makes them a pretty large account. So very cool on that as well. So they've got T-shares all going all the way through. They are front heavy in the T-shares, but they do have some T-shares sitting out further as well. So very cool on that. Now, where else have they got the T-shares pretty heavy? Yeah, so 25, 26. 27. That's kind of that midpoint range. They do have some fairly early. So pretty cool. What have we got on the projection? Of course, the 327,000 US dollars principal, 101.2 million, and the total is 1.5 million. Estimated cost is $8,000, so it looks like a Hex OG there, and ROI 194. Pretty nice on that. So pretty cool. Now they got better ROIs on some of the stakes that are further out, 400. They got 400 and 4,000 there, and no doubt that's the time when the stake was put in. They got 12,000 next further out there on 2030, but they have to wait for that, of course. So interesting, 15,700 over here. So pretty amazing ranges there. Very cool staking ladder. Now you can change it from, we've got it on years, of course, in USD. You can change it to months, which would break it down into months there. So that breaks it even further as well. So pretty cool. And of course days as well. So I'm not sure what days would look like. Probably go on infinitesimally into the future or pretty far there. So pretty cool on that. You can also look at it, we'll go back to years. You can also look at it in view of hex, and it breaks down the hex instead of the USD value. So pretty cool. There's also a mode here, include phase, launch phase, combine USD hex, reset curves, a few little features there you can play around with. Now the other thing, of course, is that we can change it to current as well, and that will show you the current value. So very cool on that as you go out into the future. Very nice indeed. So you can see here, 2021, 526,000. 200, we've got it on hex there, we're going to change it to USD. So 182,000 interest, 751,000 principal, and it's almost $1 million there. ROI 117, pretty good. All on $8,000 too is the estimated cost, so pretty amazing, 117x. Only in hex, eh? Only in hex, we say. Well, it's pretty exciting. Right, so further out, obviously got lots of other stuff. Very cool. So that there is just reviewing the wallet as it is, but you can actually create test stakes, which is pretty neat. And you can use this estimate possible income from future stakes, shares, and rates are calculated based on the current hex statistics. So you got US dollars 1,000, total hex 35 cents at the moment. So there we are. That's how much hex you would need for 1,000. And a number of stakes you could put in. You can change that number, of course, have 20 stakes, whatever you want to do. Obviously, the ETH price is pretty high on the Ethereum blockchain, so you've got to be careful about that because you also got to unstake it in the future. So if ETH prices remain high, even after ETH 2.0 comes up with sharding and all the rest of it, you've got to take that into account. On the positive, of course, Pulse Chain's coming, so you're getting a copy of your Hex liquid and stakes over on Pulse Chain, and of course that's going to be super duper cheap, probably a fraction of a cent is my guess to start off with. So pretty cool. Maximum days, of course, 3,650 days is 10 years, and that's the maximum period where you get your bonus and share rate. And so that's pretty cool. And obviously, you can do stakes for 5,555 days. That would make it longer. Estimated 319 billion shares here, bonus 2x. So you can just click view on there if you're happy with that. We could probably make this, let's make it $10,000. How about it's probably a bit better. That'd be 28,800 hex, and we'll do. Let's do just 5 stakes. Let's do 2 stakes, shall we? And that would give us 3.7 trillion shares. Obviously, it's going to change as you change these features. We'll change the trillion shares and the bonus there. So if we did only 1 year, for example, 365, that bonus is 15%. But if we go to 10 years, 2.5%, so a huge bonus for staking longer. That makes sense. That's what you want to get rewarded for. Pretty cool. So we just click the view button, and here we are, 2026 and 2031. Pretty nice on that. So it split those two up over that period, the 10-year period. Current 0 and principal 5,000, 5,000. Very cool. And 5,000. It's the current. If we click that over to projected, bam, we should get a projected value. So projected 450,000, nice, and interest 300,000 principal, and 500, 755. That will be based on the price, of course, in the future. Very cool. Don't take into account so the price up here is past 2026 is about $22, something like that. So take that into account on the projections. And 2031, which is the 10-year out, the interest is 2.3 million, $300,000 principal, and the total 2.6 million, 523%, 3x return. Amount of T-shares you get 1.5 and 2.28. Pretty nice, eh? Pretty nice. But of course, it's predicting this price up here for the projection. So very cool on that. And of course, you can go to back to current value, of course, 5,000. Very nice. So that was 10,000 that we split up, and of course 5 and 5 is 10. Predicted out, of course, massive gains. Estimated cost 5,000, 5,000 it was saw on the current value, but projected out pretty awesome, and that's based on around about $22 here, 26, somewhere around like that. Where's that? 26. Yeah, about $20 or something like that. So very cool. I really hats off to StakeHex.today. Very cool. So I suggest you add it to one of your favorites, or use the link in the video description. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and onwards and upwards. For Hex, catch me in the next one, and of course subscribe, like, and share, and hit the bell. Bye for now.